Hi guys, my name is Zin and this is Maybe Bonsai. This week I'm going to start with an update on my bonsais. As you can see, I put up this this is what they call plastic chicken wire, and I put this up as a shade cloth because I couldn't buy a shade cloth. They don't sell it here. It kind of does the job because I put this lower so that it'll kind of give more shade. But it's not doing as much as I wanted it to. It still needs more shade because the leaves are still kind of closed, and these guys, the silk trees, always has the closed leaves during full sun. So I think it's still kind of weak. Now I could put a piece of plastic on top, like bubble wrap for example, but the problem with that is that it doesn't let rain in, so that's why I didn't do it. This will have to stay the way it is for now, I guess. You know, it does something, but it's not enough shade. Other than that, the crowns of thorn, it's rooted for sure now because it's been growing a lot and it's been flowering, looking pretty good. So I think I'll leave this in here probably for a while, and then eventually I'll separate these out. I'll probably make a small forest out of it just so I don't have to have too many different pots for them. The Brazilian rain tree that I had, I did prune this off camera, and I did repot it because the other pot was just not, it was too light. It was kind of tipping over all the time because the tree was getting much bigger. So I repotted it, and I did a little bit of root pruning because I didn't want to touch it that much, and I did that maybe a few weeks ago, and as you can see, it's looking pretty good. The leaves are open, so it's not it didn't take a step back in its growth, which I'm glad. So I'll let that grow probably for the next little while before I do anything else. And what else? The silk tree is growing really well. You know, the after the pruning, everything is kind of spreading out. The shade plant that I repotted for the $50 bonsai challenge is doing fine too. You know, the leaves are open, so it means it's healthy. It did flower, but the flowers kind of wither away really fast. So that's the pink flower that you will see, I guess, on these trees, on the silk trees eventually at some point, and I think on some other trees as well. That's kind of the same species. This here is a cutting. It's a cutting of the silk tree. It has taken off as well this summer, so that's great. So now I have two of these, and you can overwinter them in the garage so that I don't have to keep them indoors over the winter. So it doesn't count as a tropical tree. Let's see, this is the dwarf burning bush. In the beginning, or earlier in the year, I pruned somewhere, I think, and then this whole thing is new this year. Actually, after the pruning, it came up this long. It's really long right now. So I'll probably prune that off probably either next year or the end of this summer. I haven't really decided what to do with this yet, but I'll just let it grow for now. And everything here is fine. The lavender I pruned not so long ago, it has really grown a lot of these new shoots. You know, it was quite compact before, but now it's like it's already kind of getting a bit long. And the maple I pruned earlier, it's growing really well. It's got leaves and branches everywhere that I expected to have. But I don't think I'll be touching this year. It'll be next year if I do anything else with it. And let's see here. Some of the cuttings of the Dwarf Jades are really, or Portulacaria Afra, are taking off. You know, it's growing quite a lot. Before it was like this big, now it's double the size. This guy, they defoliated, and then the leaves are coming in now. The problem I noticed is that there's some on these leaves, there's these dark dots, and I'm not sure what that is. Especially on the old leaves. I thought it was some kind of a disease or a bug or whatever it is, so I defoliated it. But even on the new leaves, it's still, some of it still have it. It's like really light black dots. I'm not sure what that is. If anyone knows, I would love to know. And then these are the Dwarf Jades cuttings from long ago. as you can see, it's grown really in now. So those rooted. This guy has the same thing. You see these spots? I'm not sure what that is. So yeah, I really want to get rid of it, but I'm not sure what it is. And I don't know, can't do much about it. This is the tree that we pruned very long ago, in the I think in the winter almost. It was very bare at the time, but as you can see, it's really taken off now. Everything is full and it's grown away. It's kind of, you know, probably needs another prune very soon. Other than that, everything else is growing quite well. These native white pines, they've been growing really well. You know, extension of the needles. You know, I don't really know what to do with these because these are collected very early. I just want to have trees, so that's why I have these. And this thing I'm going to work on today, or the trim I'm going to work on today, is this Portulacaria Afra. It is growing way out of shape. As you can see, everything is extended really long, which is good because the tree is healthy. So that's going to need a prune, which is what we're going to do today. All right, so here's the tree. I think not this, but I think somewhere around here was the front that I picked, because I have a lower branch coming on the right. I have one on the left. I mean, on the left and then the right, and then a lot of overgrown branches on the top. I think the problem is here. Is the bottom of the tree. There's a, I don't know if it's a rotted spot or whatever it is. It was there when I bought it. I didn't know how it got there, so that's the way it is for now. I could fix it by making this a cutting. I can just cut it somewhere, you know, around this area, and basically remove the entire bottom and root it as a cutting. I know I can root it because it's quite, you know, I've done it before with a different Portulacaria Afra, so it's quite easy to root. But I think I'll leave it another year because I think, I don't know, I think it started to heal. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. So I'll wait another year and see where that goes. So for now, this is the front, and that's what I'll be pruning for. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these super long branches which just grown this summer. It was growing unchecked. I didn't do anything with it, so it just, you know, it kind of took off. So I'm just going to take these back, just arbitrarily kind of, and then I'll do more of a detailed look afterwards. But for now, I'm just going to take these back because they're just way too long right now, and it's kind of distracting me from looking at the tree. And I'm not really picking directions when I do this. I just want to take it back just to make the tree smaller, so I can see what's going on with it better. Okay, this one is coming out at us. So if this is the front, the one thing that I see is this branch is coming directly at us. Oops. So I don't really like that. This whole branch, let me take this off first because I don't want that to come right at us. I've noticed the top there's 1, 2, and then here there's 1, and then it goes into 2 right away. It's a bit too crowded. I need to remove something from that area. I'm just trying to figure out what right now. I could remove this, and then this will be my main leader. I do want this to get a bit bigger. It's too small right now, especially when if I'm going to do a cutting here, it's going to become even smaller, which is not a problem. I could make this a small tree, but I think what I want to do is grow it a bit bigger, you know, than it is right now. So I'm thinking of taking this off because there is a back branch here filling the space, and that will lighten the load up there a bit. So if I take that off, So yeah, I think I'm gonna take this off because I have kind of 3 branches here to work with. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So it doesn't look too bare because the back branch is there. And then I think this junction here, which is 1 to 2, and then this 2 really divides into another, this one here divides into another 2 really, really fast, right here. And from the top it looks like that. Which is fine, I think. 1 to 3, but it's, you know, I like the structure where it kind of fans out at this point. So if the tree was going to get bigger, this could be the lower, kind of the mid section of the tree, where this is the lower section of the tree. So I'm okay with that, which I'll leave. Let's start with this branch, the low branch. Looking at it. So I think I want this branch to remain flat, which means I am going to take this off completely. I could take it off somewhere here and let it grow new branches, but I'm not sure if yeah, I don't think I need it because I'm not sure if the new branches are going to be horizontal. I think it'll be more vertical instead. So I'll get rid of that. This one has buzz where the leaf scars over here on 2 sides, so it'll come out this way. It will be more or less horizontal, but I think I could take this back a bit more. And let that go and see what comes out. This here I'll just take off the tip. So I left the leaf scars to the left and the right. This guy here I'm going to get rid of, it's too close to the trunk. And then this thing here, I don't need the bottom branch there, too low. So I think that's how I'm going to do it with that branch. This one, at this point the leaf scars on the left and the right. And I think that's okay. But maybe I can reduce this a bit shorter. Now if I reduce this any shorter, it'll come back to that branch, which is up and down. So what I think I'll do is I'll go to the one afterwards, which is a more horizontal direction. Or at least I hope that's how it will come out. And then the leader, I'm just going to try to clean this up. I guess I need the other pruner, more concave one. The top here, let's see. So I do like this movement, but I think at this point I want the tree to go back into the other direction. I don't want it to go too much to the right or to the left, because this is already going to the left, and then I think this is just a bit too heavy. Especially when I have a bottom branch that's going the same direction, so I want the tree to go back. Actually, I think this whole thing could be taken back, and then it could go opposite direction a bit earlier, maybe. But for now, I'm just going to take this off. That should be okay, it'll heal. And I think eventually this branch here will be my main leader. So it goes up and then it'll come back up this way. Yeah, I think that would be a better choice actually. This currently it looks kind of weird with this one. You know what? I'm gonna just do that. So I'm gonna count on that one to go. There's also a back branch there, which it may come into use, so I'll leave that. And the next thing is this branch, which is coming straight at us, and I think that can go. Yeah. I'm going to make this flatter. I'm going to take this tip off, and what I'm hoping for is a branch developing on these two, hopefully this one, so they can come out more towards us, because right now these two branches are kind of close. And then I'm going to take it back to here for this guy, hopefully for this one to go that way a bit. And then the back branch here, I will take back to here. I got two leaves here fanning out. I always find it's hard to prune the trees where it has the opposite branching. You know, meaning that at one node there's two opposite branches coming out, and then you have the regular the branch leader going to the middle, because they're always it's always you know, you get two branches from the same spot, and you have to cut one off sometimes, and you know, they just kind of split too much, and I find that hard to prune, because I don't know, I just think there's too many different directions. So I think for today at least, this back branch here, spin this around, I'm going to take it off there, just take a look here. I could take this whole thing off, to be honest, and then let these guys take over as the two branches. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not liking this here. So what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to prune it back here. So there's a leaf there, so you don't have a branch on that side or this side. Hopefully on that side, so you can fan out. I think the top, this tip here is okay. I think that's okay too. There's a, you know, a branch could come from this way, and that'll be all right. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this, if I need to take it back or not. So assuming this is my leader and will be my leader going forward, I don't want kind of a competing leader going vertical up, because right now this back branch is going to this it's going quite horizontal, which is good. So I'm going to take off these two vertical growth altogether, and just hoping this will be more horizontal in the future. Actually, I'm going to take it off here, so I'll have branches coming towards two sides. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for this tree. It doesn't look like much, but I think the structure is better than before. There was something else. There's these two opposite branches, which I kind of want to remove one, but at the same time, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, this is a kind of serving as a back branch. If I remove that, it's going to be quite empty in the back. And if I don't remove it, you get this, you know, kind of a bar branch behavior, which, you know, I don't know if it's bad or not. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. I mean, I could remove it, right? If that wasn't there, it wouldn't look that bad, to be honest. There's a negative space here. Eventually the back here will fill out with this branch here, and I have the side branch and the low branch. So it's not that big of a deal. You know, I think I'm going to remove it, because I think eventually I'm going to remove it, and I don't want to wait. There's no point in waiting. I'd rather the tree spend energy growing the branches that I want than a branch that I don't want. So I am going to get rid of that. That's okay for now. I'll let that heal. I'm trying to make it flatter, but it's not. I need the other pruner. That's okay. Anyway, I'll fix that up with the other concave pruner later on, but it does look a little bit bare right now because there's a kind of an empty space there, but I don't think it's that bad. You know, there's space, low branch, side branch, leader, a bit of space is good, I think. We'll just have to wait until this kind of grows out, so it kind of fills that area a little bit, and you know, this will become bigger. So yeah, so the only problem is this thing down there, which I don't know if that's going to heal or not. So we'll wait a year and see if that becomes any better. If not, I can always chop it down to here. So that'll be the tree going forward, which doesn't look that bad, right? You know, it'll be okay. So yeah, nothing for now. This is good, I think. I think it's good. Probably not everybody agrees. But yeah, okay. So that's it for this tree. I do have the air layers in the front, but I haven't checked them yet. So I'll wait on that. But everything else, as you can see, in the background is the Japanese maples. All the seedlings, all of them are alive, and as you can see, some of them has grown a bit taller than the others. I think it's just either probably a better seed or something, but you know, there's a lot of maples in this one area, which is probably not a good thing for the maples. What I heard is that they don't like competition. So you know, when you have too many in one spot, it's probably not going to all grow that well. But you know, this is just first year growth. I think I'm going to leave it in there for a couple of years before I move them. And then to its left, it's the Japanese maple from the previous year. They have gotten really big, especially those two on the back there. They're growing really strong. So I think after this year, I need to repot these into their own pots, and you know, we'll see where that goes. Anyway, that's it for the Portulacaria Afra, and I think that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me, guys. See you next time.